Greetings, programs. I'm Young Napoleon, and I want to welcome you to episode 8 of my inaugural Let's Play series Redux Part 3. We're doing another Texas run through Victoria 2 with no mods and all of the DLC. If you're a little bit confused that this episode is coming out on a Friday, that's because I lost episode 6, if you haven't already seen that in episode 7. So I'm having to record an extra episode to make up for that lost one. So here's episode 8 on a Friday. So it's not the weekend yet, although it's about to be. I do want to point out something I realized shortly after finishing that last video. A thought occurred to me, and sure enough, looking at the wars for the Texan conquest of Durango, we're up against Mexico, the USCA, and Colombia, and you'll notice there's no US. This is because I completely forgot to invite them to this war. I don't know if that's possible now that it's already started. Call ally. Okay, so I may not have to. This will cost us 0. They will accept. Okay. So let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and... So yeah, the last episode ended with getting the war declared. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and unpause. There we go. We are not surprised to learn that the USA has honored our military alliance. Okay, good. Great. Yay. Huzzah. Okay. Off to Shreveport. And we're going to let the... Oh, good. Education efficiency. We're going to let the U.S. do all the work again. Unfortunately, as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, I did lose all of episode 6. So you didn't get to see the first war. But it basically panned out as expected. The U.S. came in. They sieged down some territories up in here. They sieged down the areas that I had claimed as war goals, and then given a long enough time, eventually Mexico pieced out, giving everything, ceding the territory to me that I wanted. The US did not tack on, I don't believe, they did not tack on any war goals of their own, so they didn't end up with any extra territory. I'm debating, well, yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to add anything this time around. We're already at a 21.97. I do wonder if maybe, just for kicks and giggles, I'm thinking about like adding the liberation of California as a war goal. Maybe that won't add quite so much war score, and that'll leave it'll leave Mexico weaker, and it will leave California maybe a little bit exposed. Maybe the US won't be able to get it quite so quickly and easily. I don't know. I'm sure they'll sphere it quickly enough. But yeah, we'll see what happens as this war unfolds. They've got a unit down here in Monclova, part of Chihuahua. They're still trucking around, though. Hopefully the U.S. doesn't take too long to get involved. Oh, it's because I'm at speed 1. Let's crank that up a little bit and see what happens. Oh, I have not set any technology. I'm going to go ahead and let the game run while I look up my technology. We still got some commerce options. We could go, the money's doing okay right now. So let's see if we can't get... Do I want to go for some industry-related material now, or some industry-related technologies now, or do I want to stick to commerce? That's the question. This is 1,400 research points. This is 1,000. No, wait, I'm sorry. 14,000. 10,000. So that's going to take a little while. Meanwhile, oh, culture, let's see. Impressionism for the prestige points would be kind of cool, but that's another 14,000. We can't get empiricism yet. When does empiricism kick off? 1860? Okay. So this is 10,000, 14,000. I already said that. Okay. Let's go for practical steam engine. I think... Yeah, let's go with the practical steam engine. I do eventually want to start building up my army. Maybe I should start going with some realist literature, shared prestige. Nice. 13. Does that mean... Oh, we are. We're a second-ranked nation. Huzzah. Let's see how long that lasts for. Secondary power. I can't sphere anyone yet, but I can... That does mean I can do some colonization stuff. So we've got some USCA forces down in here. And I'm not... I think this is going down probably because, yeah, I just lost Chihuahua, which is a huge moneymaker. But hopefully the US won't take too much longer to start doing their thing. I do want to keep an eye on the war goal. And just to see if I can add, where's my, here it is, the add war goal button. Just to see if I can't add something to take advantage of, because it's going to start taking a long time to justify wars. Maybe what I could be doing is sending you up here to start working on some of these territories. Maybe that's what I'll do. Help the war break down a little faster. So yeah, as they're sieging down Chihuahua, that's gonna hurt my budget, but it gives the US time to get involved. Goodness gracious. This does not bode well. Oh, there we go. There's a significant army up there. There's another one up there. Yeah, I figure the sooner I can get this stuff down, the sooner the US will start working on the war goals. New upper house, reactionary, and anarcho-liberal. Okay. Do we have any movements that we need to be concerned with? Just the suffrage movement, but they're still pretty far from being radicalized, I think. I don't know what number this has to get to for it to be a problem. Okay, 100 is considered a high value. Yeah, they're ways away from being a threat. Or from being a problem, I should say. Okay, so the war is not going in my favor, of course. Oh, there we go. Apparently whatever flag you click on up here is the nation that it brings up. I don't know if it's relevant for the war goal, but just in case, I want to keep it on Mexico. 3%. Is this not owned by anybody? Oh no, cores by Mexico and Desiree. Oh, it's because it's outside of that one province view line of sight stuff. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. This music is killing me, y'all. This is a interesting little war music here. Let's get rid of all these. I should probably pay more attention to them, but what are you gonna do? It's just this waltz sort of a thing going on. It's just so amusing. We are taking some attrition here. I don't know if I'm going to want to keep doing that, because population is pretty important, but I do have a sizable population now, so we're still inspiring reactionary loyalty. I think that's fine, because yeah, we got stuck with the Whigs and we want to get the Nationalists, so we'll keep going that. About to siege down a province. Okay, let's send them. The supply limit is 12. Supply limit is 28. That's fine. Okay, there's the US mixing it up down in Mexico proper. How's the war looking? 6-7%. Not enough to add a war goal yet. I'm a little bit concerned with all these extra nations that are running around up in here. Liberty prevails. Lose some infamy and gain some prestige, or lose a little bit more infamy, 1 extra infamy. Neither one of those is going to make a difference in terms of being able to add. It's going to make much. Well, I don't know. How much do I go down at peace? It's like 0.1 a day or 0.1 a month or something. I don't know. It's going down by 0.03 per day while I'm at war. That prestige will help keep me in the secondary power rankings. So yeah, I'll go with the prestige. Back on the unpaused. I'm going to crank up the speed a little bit more. Mining output. Okay. We're going to go in and try and get some of the low-hanging fruit, I think. Oh, now that I've got a decent population, maybe medicine is a good way to go. Like I said, this is kind of uncharted territory. Uncharted words, folks. This is kind of uncharted territory for me now. Because none of my runs have made it this far, or at least have been this populated. Alright, so we finished sieging down this area up here. What is that? Colorado, Alamosa. And so we're going to let them replenish a little bit since they're down to 7 before we start trying to take something else. Okay. Can we add a war goal? We're at 14%. We cannot add a war goal. Yeah, I want to see if I can sneak in liberating California just to kind of mess things up. Because I doubt that I'm going to get as far. I want my territory to be contiguous. So I doubt I'm going to be able to get all the way up into California anytime soon. So I want to see if I can keep the US out of there. We got a new upper house. Okay. They still haven't added a war goal yet of their own. 14%. So I do hope that this doesn't drag on into the American Civil War, because that's going to get extremely awkward in a hurry. They're not recuperating at all. I wonder if that's because I'm not supplying. Let's go ahead and let them supply. I've got a nice little bit of a buffer here. 18K, so this should last me a little while. Loans taken. We'll repay loans after this war. There we go. See, now they're building back up. Okay. That's what I needed to do. Okay, I think we will, now that they're preoccupied down there, we'll sneak back down and start retaking some of my territory, I think. And hope I don't get jumped. How's the war going? Still can't add a war goal. We're only at 14%. Elections. Okay. I gotta flip back over. Gotta lower the speed while I pull my hands away from the keyboard. And look for the party politics that I want to go after. Okay. All right. Oh, we've got a decision. Excellent. So let's see if we've got any movements. We do. Suffrage movement wants universal weighted voting. So we are going to give them weighted universal. Okay. Okay. That does make the movement go away. Shiny. We're currently in elections. Let's go ahead and crank things up again. That's normal speed. Let's go up to not quite ludicrous speed, but we all go up a little faster. Check for the war goal periodically. Gods, guns, and men. There are no gods. Let's see. So I want moralism, right? The Nationalist Party and the Radical. What does the Radical Party want? Uh-oh. Regardless. Oh, they want pluralism. Okay, so the Nationalist is the only party that wants moralism. More atheism, more secularized, more pluralism, more moralism. My atheists, of which there are 0.01%, will gain some militancy. That's fine. Okay, so far so good. Excellent. Supply limits. Okay, let's pause you. I'll be flip away. Okay. Clean coal gets me some sulfur production. Bunch of factory stuff right there, or farming and mining. We'll go. That's not quite as expensive as some of the others. Although, where was? Can I get any more education boosts? Admin efficiency, tax. You know what? Let's stick with this stuff for now. I think. Actually, what was market structure? That's a good low hanging fruit. Let's jump on that. And pause. I think this is probably safe. Let's send them over. Still can't add a war goal. The US hasn't added a war goal. We're at 16% now. They're trying to unsiege that. I'm kind of tempted to go after him. I wonder if I could. Let's see, what is that? I definitely want Jingoism. 2 war by Jingo. That will gain. My pacifists will gain militancy. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Grain production. That's. Oh, I think I've got a territory or two that does some grain. Yeah, we're back up to 9 now. Okay, this is good. Yeah, I want to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to jump down here and unsiege this just so that I can start getting my money back. Upper house rearranged, okay. Election finished. The Nationalist Party is now the new ruling party. This is exactly what I wanted. I think. We'll see what happens. So we've got the Jingoism back. We've got state capitalism, we've got protectionism, which I think means I can come in here and raise my tariffs. It's going to hurt my artisans, but yeah, that does a lot of good. Look at that. Barely anything on the... Well, maybe that's because I've got so much sieged down. We'll see once things get back to normal. But that's good news. That's good. That's what we were shooting for. That also means we've got the state capitalism, which means I should be able to start... Yeah, I can fund projects now. Now, this is going to... eat up a ton of my money. I've only got 16, and it wants 9.7k to buy all the supplies to make it. So I'm not going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is once things get... Because I believe I've got a coal. Yes, I do have a coal mine in Chihuahua. So I think... let's look at the productions here. I know that... Where's military goods? Okay. So... ammunition needs sulfur and coal, both of which we have. We both of which we now have, so that's good. And we need ammunition for... I wish I could at least see some of these so that I knew what materials I needed to build stuff with. I don't have a deep enough knowledge of the game to know what I need to start focusing on. Obviously, I'm going to need small arms, and small arms looks like they need ammunition and steel. Steel needs coal and iron. I don't have... Is iron... Iron is made. Or is iron... Iron is a raw material. Okay, I don't have any iron anywhere. So for now, let's start making... Let's see if we can't get a ammunition factory going somewhere. So, Chihuahua or Texas? It needs sulfur and coal. Now, I think if you make a factory in the same region as a raw material, then you get a bonus. What I'm wondering about is population. So let's go look at, and I think I'm a little over time here, but I do want to look at, let's see, which ones work in the farmers, laborers, officers. I think it's craftsmen, right? We've got artisans, build stuff out of their homes. And then clerks and craftsmen are the ones that go into a factory. We've got 330 craftsmen in Texas and 23 craftsmen in Chihuahua. So I think for now, what we're going to do is we'll build this first factory in Texas. We want a... Where did it go? Ammunition factory. Iron, cement, and machine parts. What does it take to build? What kind of machine parts are needed for everything, right? So production. Here we go. Raw industrial goods. What does it need? Are these machine parts? Yeah. Machine parts need steel and coal. Yeah, I don't have the iron to make steel. So I think for now, everybody builds armies, right? Everybody's going to want to buy ammunition. Although, if I'm in the U.S. sphere, at least I'll be making it for my own guys, at least. So I won't have to try and get it from the world market, right? Yeah, let's go with that. We're gonna go with a ammunition plant, or an ammunition factory, excuse me. Wait, what? This says it needs iron. But the production thing here says it needs sulfur. What's going on? Come over here. This is the right factory. Ammunition. Required daily inputs. Sulfur, iron, coal, and sulfur. Grr. Alright, what is it? Iron is a raw output. Does anyone... Let's switch. What's my raw? I think it's A? Yeah. A is... Okay, is there any iron anywhere? Here's some iron down in Colima. Okay, so that's going to be... That's my next target. Alright, we're going to hold off on building the factory and until we can get this iron right here. Iron is really important, evidently. Back to words again. Goodness gracious, y'all. Okay, so I think we're going to call it there for the day. I do hope that y'all enjoyed that as much as I did. If you did, please be sure to do all that YouTube stuff if you haven't already. I'd take it as a kindness. And always remember, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. I hope we all learned something today. I am definitely learning more about factories right now. And I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, y'all. For real this time.